Okay, so you're probably thinking about buying the Xreal Air 2, maybe the Pro version. They look incredible online, right? A pair of sleek glasses that give you a massive, private screen. Sign me up. But here's what surprised me. After testing them for weeks, I've got some serious problems, and they might be deal breakers you haven't heard about. Therefore, you need to watch this before you even think about clicking buy. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's just say my excitement level went from "I'm living in the future" to "I'm just living with a headache" faster than the 120 Hz refresh rate on these things. And that's our first major point. Xreal promises zero latency and industry-leading visuals with those Sony micro OLED panels, and honestly, the image quality itself. It's stunning. The colors are vivid, the contrast is deep, and when you get it positioned just right, it feels like you've got a 130-inch screen floating in front of you. It's legitimately cool. And this is a huge but, that just right positioning is the real boss battle here. Therefore, our deep dive starts with the number one complaint: comfort and fit. Xreal boasts about all-day comfort, zero pressure. They have these zero-pressure nose pads and three-level temple adjustments. Sounds perfect. Here's the reality for my head. It's a constant negotiation. Too tight and you feel like your skull is in a gentle vice after an hour. Too loose, and the image blurs because the sweet spot for those high-tech optics is frustratingly small. It's like trying to balance a priceless vase on your nose while watching a movie. I went through all the nose pad sizes, and I still found myself pushing the glasses up every few minutes. For a product marketed for extended use, this is a fundamental flaw. One top review I saw called it a constant reminder you're wearing tech, and they're absolutely right. So did I find a way to make it work, or is this just a shape of your head lottery? Keep watching. The second major problem isn't the glasses themselves, but what you need to make them actually work. The marketing says plug and play expanded compatibility. And yes, if you have a modern USB-C device with video output like a newer iPhone, iPad, or a Steam Deck, you can plug in directly. That part is true. But here's the catch they bury in the description. For a lot of devices, you need an extra gadget. Want to connect to a Nintendo Switch, a PlayStation, an older laptop with only HDMI. You're going to need the Xreal Beam or an adapter. That's an extra $100 or more. Suddenly, that plug-and-play promise feels a bit like buying a car and finding out the wheels are sold separately. Therefore, the true cost of ownership is almost never just the price of the glasses. Let's talk about that Xreal Beam Pro they mention for the spatial display. It sounds amazing. Millions of 2D apps in 3D space. But in practice, reviews are very mixed. It's another device to charge, carry, and manage. It adds latency. It's another expense. For many, it turns a simple, elegant idea, glasses as a screen, into a clunky tech stack. It's the gadget version of a hold my beer idea that got a little out of hand. So, promise number 3 about a personal cinema, anywhere, anytime, gets a big asterisk. It's more like personal cinema, anywhere, anytime, as long as you have the right dongles in your battery bank. Now the audio. They have cinematic sound with directional audio. It's fine. It's like having two tiny speakers hovering near your ears. For private listening, it works. But the sound quality is thin, lacks bass, and if you're in a noisy environment, you'll be cranking it up, which then bleeds sound out to people around you. It's serviceable in a pinch, but for a true immersive experience, you'll want to use your own headphones. Which means now you've got glasses and headphones on. You're starting to look like a cyborg who's really bad at cable management, especially if you're also plugged into a power bank, because these things can drain your device's battery. It's a whole production. And speaking of looking like a cyborg, let's address the elephant in the room: using these in public. The one-touch immersion control with 3 dimming levels is cool tech. The darkest setting makes the virtual screen very opaque, which is great indoors. But outdoors, even on the brightest day, it's still a transparent screen overlaid on the real world. You look like you're staring into the middle distance with expensive sunglasses on, trying to watch a movie on a plane. Better hope your seatmate isn't curious, because from the side, they can absolutely see a faint glow of your screen in the lenses. Privacy is not 100%. So much for discreetly watching Lord of the Rings during a boring meeting. That's a joke, of course. I would never do that. It was the Two Towers asterisk. All right, so far it sounds like I'm just burying these things right. Here's the contrarian snapback, the big, but I promised. Therefore, despite all these problems, there is a scenario where the Xreal Air 2 is absolutely magical. When it works, it feels like sci-fi. Lying in bed, looking at the ceiling with a massive, sharp screen floating there, no projector noise, no setup. Incredible. On a long flight where you can have a giant screen without holding a tablet or crowding the person in front of you. Game-changing. For Steam Deck or ROG Ally users, it transforms handheld gaming. The 120Hz refresh rate and low persistence mean fast motion looks buttery smooth with no ghosting. That Sony panel is no joke. The prescription lens insert option is also a fantastic feature for us four-eyed folks. No more cramming contacts in or wearing glasses underneath. TÜV Rheinland certification for eye comfort is a real benefit, and I did experience less eye strain than with some VR headsets. For certain, very specific use cases, these glasses are the best in class. They're incredibly portable, the visual fidelity is top tier, and the potential is enormous. The problem is, Xreal oversells the ease and undersells the quirks. Therefore, who are these actually asterisk for asterisk? If you're a frequent traveler who values portability above all else, and you're willing to tinker with fit and carry a few extra cables, these could be worth the hassle. If you're a mobile gamer with a compatible handheld, this might be your killer accessory. But if you're a casual user who just wants a simple, reliable, put it on and forget it, TV replacement for your couch, you will be frustrated. The comfort issue alone might sink it for you. It's not a mass market, everyone should buy it product yet. It's an enthusiast product with some rough edges. Think of it like early electric cars. Amazing tech, shows the future, but you really need to plan your route around charging stations. So what's the resolution? Should you buy them? Therefore, my final verdict is this. Don't buy the Xreal Air 2 if you think it's a perfect, polished, seamless product. It's not. It has problems with fit, hidden costs, and situational limitations. But you should consider buying them if you understand the compromises going in, and your primary use case aligns perfectly with its strengths. Know that you might need to buy an adapter. Know that you'll need to spend time adjusting them. It's like adopting a high-maintenance pet that can also play 4K videos on your face. A very, very cool pet. In the end, the positive note is this. The technology is real and it's incredible. When these glasses click for you, they make every other screen feel archaic. The dream of a lightweight, personal, giant display is here. It's just wearing slightly uncomfortable shoes. The future of this category is blindingly bright, and Xreal is leading the pack, even if they trip over a few cables on the way. For me, the problems are significant, but the payoff when it works is unlike anything else. Therefore, if your curiosity is piqued and you're ready for a bit of an adventure with your tech, you can find the best current price on Amazon by clicking the link in the description below. Just maybe keep the receipt and some aspirin, just in case.